Welcome everybody to the channel where we invest in our personal and financial growth. And today, in my first ever YouTube video, I just had to talk about Monopoly and real estate investing because I'm a fan of the game, and I also over the years learned to really love investing in real estate. I'm a teacher at heart, so it's not like I have millions invested, but it helped me out financially a lot to have an investor's mindset and to invest in a couple of properties. And this game helps you a lot with that. So today we're going to discuss 7 secrets that Monopoly has about real estate investing that you can apply to win with the game of Monopoly, I assure you, and also with real estate investing. If you found some value in this video, please like, subscribe, and let's get into the good stuff. Here we go. So the number one way to win in Monopoly and real estate investing is know your numbers. Know the statistics for a specific area, population growth, etc. Because think about it, if you know a population is going to grow 5% in the coming year, or like the population growth in a specific area is going to grow in a specific time frame, you know it's really easy for your asset in that area to appreciate in value. You also learn another thing. You will know like renting out your apartment or your real estate property is easier because you know the demand is going to go up over time. So that's a thing you can apply to Monopoly as well. Look at this heat map, for instance. So this heat map is absolutely gold. I got it from vice.com, and it shows you the chances of where to land. And right away, due to the coloring, like red being a color most likely you'll land at that spot, and the farther away from that color, the less likely it is that you land on that spot. And it becomes clear that orange, blue, and red streets have a far greater chance that you land on those spots and thus make money. Far greater than, let's say, dark blue, yellow, and green streets. So aside from other reasons, which I will explain in a bit, you should avoid investing in dark blue, yellow, and green, for example. And you should prioritize the first group, because if you only look at the orange part, the orange street right below free parking, it has like 300 landings compared to some other places which only have like around 200. So that's like 50% more. So this is why Monopoly teaches you so much about real estate, because if you think about where people will most likely lend, where will they most likely rent, and you look at statistics about those chances, you look at statistics about population growth, rental prices, increase in rental prices, increase in property appreciation or property values, you just got a lot of knowledge about where to invest in properties. Number 2 is maximize your return on investment as soon as possible. Now in Monopoly this is essential because you could go for the dark blue series and streets, but they are expensive. So in order for you to maximize returns, it will cost you like a fortune to build houses, and you don't have that like easily available in the beginning of the game. The same thing applies for real estate investing. One of the strategies I use for real estate investing is I buy the smallest apartments in order for me to get maximum rental income from them compared to the buying price. Let's look at the spreadsheet I made for Monopoly. I know I'm a nerd, but also for a real rental property I got to like calculate what I will earn from it. So what do we have here? There's a lot of numbers, I know. I looked at the cost of one property within a set, so not the complete set, because we'll also look at the rental income if somebody lands on one of your properties as well, and not the complete set. So that keeps it honest. We also got the cost for houses and the return on investment with houses or a hotel on your property. And the third thing to note here is you don't get a good return on investment with no houses at all. It's really low, you see? But you also don't get a spectacular return on investment with only 2 or 3 houses. It starts to pay off big time when you have at least 3 houses on your property or more. And the second thing to note is that not every color set in Monopoly gives you the same return on investment. Look at the blue ones, for instance. Those are some great returns, right? Green, not so much. So this way of looking at properties within Monopoly also helps with real estate investing. Here's a spreadsheet I use to calculate my potential returns. As I fill this in with different houses and different numbers, my returns may get better or worse. And which is, of course, a valuable thing to look at when investing. I included these files in the description below if you want to take a further look at it and dive a little bit deeper. It's not that it's super special, but it's just what I use, and it helps me calculate stuff with Monopoly as well as real estate investing. So I hope you find it useful. Number 3, use debt effectively. Like whenever I play Monopoly online, I even play Monopoly online with total strangers. I hardly see people using debt effectively. What I mean by that is they never put a mortgage on some other property in order to maximize the gains from housing and putting houses on the other properties in their portfolio. And that's strange because like the one thing you should do in Monopoly is like build houses ASAP. And if you don't, you lose potential profits. You don't make a lot of money if you get like $8 for a property with no houses on it, but you make a lot of money when there's houses or even a hotel on it. And the same goes for real estate. It's the same thing. If you had to put up cash for the whole deal, it takes you ages to even like invest in the first property. But say you invest 10, 20 or 30% of your own money into that deal, and the loan you get on the property is lower percentage-wise than your income out of that, you just tripled, maybe like doubled your income or your returns on that deal. So that's an easy win to win in Monopoly and real estate investing as well. Number 4 is don't save, invest. Like this goes for real life and Monopoly. And Monopoly is kind of obvious, right? You got your $1,500 or Monopoly currency or whatever it is. And if you don't invest it, other people will invest and you have to pay them to rent their properties, right? But in real life, it's there as well. I don't say you have to invest in real estate, but you have to invest nonetheless. Of course, it's good to have like an emergency fund if you have to repair something. Okay, whatever. But after that, it's pointless. Why save so much money if your interest on that money is 0.0001%? If you can make on average, of course you don't know for like the next month or something, but like in 20 years or something like that, your returns could be much, much higher. So invest, don't save your money. Number 5 is don't get out of jail. I don't know how this applies in real life, but it's a trick to win in Monopoly. Don't get out of jail, at least in the later stage of the game. Do get out of jail like in the start, because then you have to gather property ASAP. But in the later stages, when you've got like your cash flow set up and you've got your properties all built up, you've got houses, you've got hotels, stay in jail. And I don't know how this applies to real life. Just stay out of jail, maybe. Number 6. Is it 6? Yeah. Number 6, always negotiate. Like this is really fun about Monopoly because it teaches you to negotiate deals and be active about it and try to think, oh, what's important for the other person? What does he or she needs? Oh, and how could I provide that and also benefit from that? The funny thing is, the people who actively seek out deals in Monopoly win most of the time because they stack the cards in their favor, right? Because they take the initiative. And this also applies for real life real estate investing. If you're the active one trying to negotiate or thinks, what does he or she really want? What's important for them? How could I reassure them in this deal and also benefit from that as well? It's like it's a win-win situation. If you do that, it will help you tremendously in getting better deals in real estate. If you want some extra information on negotiation, I could make a video about that. Let me know in the comments if you want that. But first, let's do the last one, number 7. Last but not least is time the market. In real life, it's more like, I would say, playing the market, because I wouldn't advise timing the market. It's really difficult. You've got so much variables. It's hard to calculate. But with Monopoly, it's really easy because you know when people are coming by your properties, and you know the chances, because of dice chances, you get that people will land on your properties. Let's look at this. So what you see here is each specific chance to roll a specific number. For instance, the chances to roll exactly 2 is only 3%. Why? Because there's only one combination, a 1 and a 1. There's nothing else. So that's super low. The same goes for 12. But the combinations to throw 6, 7, 8 are much higher, and combined are around 45%. So that's huge. If you know somebody's close to your property and in the range of those 6, 7, and 8 numbers, you should be investing heavily. And with real estate investing, it's not that different. If you get a good buy, buy it. If the market suddenly skyrockets and you don't get a good return on investment, nobody forces you to buy, right? So be mindful of opportunities in the market. Like just a while ago in March, I invested more heavily into stocks because I knew some indicators. I looked at the fear and greed index, for instance. Back in March, it was skyrocketing. It was all the way to the red. So I bought some more stocks, right? So you could use the market in your favor with real estate investing as well, because you could pick your deals, right? If the price is too high, don't buy. If the price is too low, buy like crazy. So that's it. 7 secrets Monopoly has about real estate investing to win in both. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something. I would love to hear your ways of winning in Monopoly or real estate investing. Let's share and make each other wiser. I want to thank you if you watched until this far. You might as well subscribe because if you want it or not, you're part of the Thinkers Club. So subscribe and you'll see some future content as well. See you next time. Ciao.